The mystery of D.B. Cooper. In November 1971, a man boarded a plane in Portland, Oregon, and vanished into thin air. He carried nothing more than a briefcase. Yet, that briefcase held the key to the most famous unsolved hijacking in American history. This is the story of D.B. Cooper, the man who outsmarted the FBI, stole $200,000, and disappeared forever. It was November 24th, 1971. A middle-aged man, wearing a dark suit, a tie, and sunglasses, walked into Portland International Airport. He bought a one-way ticket under the name Dan Cooper and boarded Northwest Orient Airlines, Flight 305, a short trip from Portland to Seattle. At first glance, he looked like any other businessman, calm, polite, and unremarkable. But soon, everyone would realize he was no ordinary passenger. After the flight took off, the man quietly handed a note to a flight attendant. She slipped it into her purse, thinking it was just another man's phone number. But Cooper leaned closer and whispered, "Miss, you better read that note. I have a bomb." Inside his briefcase, he showed her what looked like red sticks of dynamite, wires, and a battery. The hijacking had begun. Cooper was calm and strangely polite. He told the flight attendant exactly what he wanted: $200,000 in cash, for parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the plane. The crew immediately informed air traffic control, and the message spread like wildfire. The FBI and local authorities scrambled into action. When the plane landed in Seattle, Cooper allowed the passengers to leave safely. In return, the FBI delivered his demands: a suitcase filled with $20 bills and 4 parachutes. Now only Cooper, the pilots, and a few crew members remained on board. He gave new instructions: fly the plane toward Mexico City at low altitude and slow speed. But somewhere along the way, Cooper had a different plan. As the storm clouds gathered over Washington state, Cooper strapped on one of the parachutes. He tied the bag of cash around his waist, opened the rear stairway of the Boeing 727, and leaped into the freezing night sky. It was the last time anyone saw D.B. Cooper. The FBI launched one of the largest manhunts in U.S. history. Agents searched forests, rivers, and mountains, but no trace of Cooper was ever found. Years later, a young boy discovered rotting bundles of $20 bills buried along the Columbia River, money that matched the serial numbers from the ransom. But Cooper himself? He was gone. No body, no parachute, no clear evidence. Did Cooper die that night, his body lost in the wilderness? Or did he survive, blending into society and living the rest of his life in secret? Some say he drowned. Others believe he lived under a false identity. And some even whisper it was an inside job, covered up by the government. More than 50 years later, the FBI has closed the case. But the legend of D.B. Cooper lives on. He remains the only person in U.S. history to hijack a commercial airplane and get away with it. The man who walked into an airport and vanished into history. The mystery of D.B. Cooper, still unsolved.